finished up the transmission install, got that working smoothly, finished all the little things like lights, front and rear, got the Dakota Digital. I'll run through that so you can see how the Bluetooth app works for that and how it's hooked up correctly. And then a couple other little things here and there. So let's get into this one. And by the way, in Florida, it's 29 degrees. Let's do this. Okay, so I figured out the issue with why I couldn't turn on the fan with the Dakota Digital. The low fan out to my single fan is a ground trigger. So it actually, you ground it to the relay, so when it commands it on, it grounds the relay, which turns on the fan. So I'm going to show you the app because it's actually connectable via Bluetooth through your phone. So if I turn on the truck, I pulled the fuel pump fuse so it wouldn't blow up here. So click on the app. And then it connects. So when you hit setup, it gives you all these really cool features. So since I'm using a custom sender, which is the gauge in my truck, and you need the tick marks, so it has to show the temperature throughout. You can't use one of those H or yes, normal, H, whatever. It has to have those. So when you hit begin calculations, there's a set screw underneath the machine, or underneath here, that you follow the prompts and you turn it as needed. So the next one would be the fan. So I have a single fan, but you can hook it up for duals, 2 fans. Here's your delay. So your delay, you can either do like 0 seconds, 30 seconds, 45. You can see all the different things after it's turned off. I have mine set to 0. And then you can test the fan. Then I know it's all hooked up correctly. So then when you go back, then temperature, I have it set at 180 on and 170 off. But you can change those values. You just click on there, then you can go like 165, and then you hit done. And then as soon as you hit the back button, it saves it to the unit. So let me change that back. 170, and then hit done, and then hit back, and it saves it. And that's how you set it up. So let me go on around the front and explain a little bit more. Okay, so that's what I had to do with, had to do a little backtracking with the wiring because I couldn't get the fans to test on, and then I was like, well, what the hell? So then I looked more in depth in the instructions, and it was a ground trigger for the relay in order for the fans to turn on. So there's not actually, it's not kicking a power out to the fans. It's just running out, completing the circuit with the ground. So today in Florida, it's a nice 29 degrees. I think right now it may be bucked up to about 32. So I'm going to fire this up and then let it cycle through to heat up, and then make sure that the thermostat, or that I set the thermostat stuff right, and see if the fans will kick on at 190 and then turn back off, and then do a couple other things that we have to go over that I have to backtrack on. Well, this is what happens when you have a project, so I'm okay with it. All right, so here we go. Not too bad for a cold start, 30-degree weather. So let me move this around and we'll let you check it out. For it to warm up. The transmission's all back in, of course, from the last video. I finished hooking it up, got the drive shaft in, redid the transmission actuator. So let me show you that while we're getting into that. There it is, right there. I got my foot on the brake, and then we'll go down. So I'm in reverse right now. Even though it says neutral, I'm actually in reverse. I have to calibrate the indicator. Kind of hard to see the tires spinning, but anyway, this is kind of difficult to do. And then we'll go down into drive, and there's neutral. And there's drive, or overdrive, and then I can go down to 1, 2, and 1, and then I can go back up to park. So that's neutral, it's actually showing overdrive, so I'm off a click. There's reverse. Reverse is actually park. I ran out of gas. Alright, I gotta put more gas in it. Might as well show you the process of putting gas in this. Get her done 91. That's the whole process. I made the bed lift up because I didn't want to put a hole in the bed floor. So, okay. Okay, back in business with the fuel. kick on exactly how that should be, so that all works. So now we can shut it down, and I can tell you a few things that we have to go over real quick. Okay, so the Dakota digital fan controller is awesome. I like that you can program it with your existing gauge instead of having like a probe in the radiator and then off to like a dial or whatever to kick the fans on and off. I still have to, sorry, it's a little cold. We'll still have to get, once we get the AC going, we'll make sure that the unit commands on the fan for the AC whenever it turns on. But a few things that I found out. So my upper lights are LEDs, so they don't quite work with the flasher kit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the bottoms turn signals, and then just make these brakes and running lights. So the bottom will be running lights and brakes and that sorts. The other thing is with my turn signal, I don't seem to have the wire that runs out to the P post on the flasher to run to the unit to make them blink. So that's another issue that I'm having. My fog light or my turn signals in the front on the fenders, they don't have a good ground, so I have to clean up and make a good ground for that. So those are the little things. Oh, and I have to do the muffler, because I'm not going to start this up again until I have the muffler on pace, because it's really loud. So I'm going to start working on those kind of things, backtracking some wiring so I can wire it in differently. So that's what I'm going to work on now. But the fans, success. Transmission, success. So in all intents and purposes, I could back this off right now, but I'm not going to. So I'm going to do all this other stuff first, because it's kind of a bear to get it on and off the lift because it sits so low. So here we go. Well, the muffler is mounted, but I need a little kick up over the axle. I just wanted to get it mounted on there for now, just so it's a little quieter. Plus, to hear what it is, this is a Speedway muffler, chambered, whatever. It's supposed to be kind of like the MagnaFlow Delta 40, but not as loud. So hopefully, I'm hoping it's like a Magnum Delta 50, which I like the sound of that. So let's fire it up and see what it sounds like. All right, let's hear this. Oh, that's much better. I'll take that. Okay. So after pulling this apart again, I found out why I don't have any turn signals. Well, this is the flasher that comes with it, and you have an X and an L post. The X is your main power in, and the L goes out to the blinkers that causes the blink because of what's inside this. Well, there's no wire that comes out from the L side, from the L side to the turn signal. So I have to make one, put it in there, plug it into here, run it into my pin switch for my turn signals, and we'll see if we have turn signals. The flasher is the same way for the hazards. So here we go, let's do all this and see if we can get this to work. So I figured she'll either work or she won't. So let's fire it up and see if we can move it under her own power. I got the lift out from underneath her. She sits pretty low, so it takes a minute. I cleaned out some stuff behind it to see if we can back it up. There's no seat in it or anything like that, so I'm going to take it kind of slow, and we'll see how it goes. So yeah, let's get into this. successful going back. So that's sweet. All right, so yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. First time in the last, what, 9 months of building this thing, and yeah, that's awesome. Okay, let's move it forward, kind of put it back. That'll be sweet. I'm gonna move you around. She looks good. She looks good. I'm sure you heard the fans kick on and off, so that's all working right. So, yeah, it's a good day today. It's a good day, and it's Christmas. So, Merry Christmas. Yeah, everyone. That's awesome. She's moving all on her own. That's awesome. 9 months worth of building on it. Started with almost nothing, and there she is. Still got a long way to go though on her because, you know, glass and interior and stuff like that. But wow, that's awesome. I'm really really happy that it did. Came off the lift, brakes, everything. That's awesome. Okay, so yeah, you saw everything in the video. So hit like, share, subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one, definitely. And go out there and build something cool. See you next time. Bye.